here in the city, Ash Wednesday. She has a couple singles out that is really bubbling and has making a little bit of noise, and it's just fun records. And she's also such a fun person to talk to too. I talked with her maybe a couple years ago at Radio One Chicago when I was on WLUW. She stopped by. I think she was with Nassim Williams. She might have to correct me on this, and she came by. With a number of different artists, and she just hung out and rapped for us and performed, and it was such a really great experience. And I'm glad that she's able to jump back on here with us. So here on Weekend at Gabe's Ash Wednesday, how are you this evening? Hanging in there?
Hey Gabe, I'm doing good.
Good.
Good to get back. Thank you.
I mean, the election has totally wore me out this week, so I'm anxious for it to be over. I was just asking Brittany Carter a moment ago if she was watching it. She said, not really. Have you been following any of these developments like myself, just glued to the TV, or not really?
I try to get the information from other people. I feel like they give me a more softer approach than having to watch the number, the line. I don't want to, the constant updates. I can't handle it.
It was I was mentioning that I was on up till about 3 a.m. Wednesday.
It's too much. No, you can't.
It was Wednesday morning. I was up to about 2-3 a.m. because they were just like, "Yo, we're gonna get a new batch coming up in 30 minutes." They just kept teasing that like something big was gonna happen, and I don't know if you ever seen Bronx Tale. It's like when the kids are just hanging out and they're like, God forbid you went home and you missed something. And I felt like that.
Yeah,
I have to witness this with my own eyes, and I still feel like that. But
well, they should be delivering you results very soon, right?
I understand that there is maybe at 8:00 before we logged on, I was watching MSNBC, and they were saying that Arizona was going to do a big dump at 8:00 or 9:00 Western. So we'll see. I don't know. Well, I'll find out when we get off, but I'll probably tweet about it.
Georgia flipped?
Well, it's not official. It's not official, but
MVP of the election, okay?
I said at the top of the show, Stacey Abrams.
We're bringing it back. Bringing it back to Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams is the real MVP, folks. Let me just tell you, she's been doing this for almost 10 years. Voting drives. She had the election. She had her election stolen from her, and she continues to still grind and get people registered in a very, very red state like Georgia. So she needs all the props and all her flowers today.
She got 800,000 people registered to vote since 2018. That's a lot of votes.
And consider that even with all those additional votes, that Biden is just still eking by. So there just needs to be some more new voters. But aside from that, I'm glad you're here to join us. I appreciate it. You had a couple new singles that are popping off right now. What is it? Don't tell me. Getting Dramatic and Solutions. You put those out recently. Those are fun records, and that's the thing that I always enjoyed when you came by LUW. I think it was a year or two ago. I can't remember, Ash, but
maybe last year around this time, October.
Was it? I don't know. That was such a weird period for me to remember.
No Jewels, so that came out last 2019 October.
Was it? Okay, cool. Yep. And you came by with CC and Nassim, right? You were you guys all came together.
No. Yeah, we came. Yeah.
All right. So I kind of remembered it. I'm pretty sure there's a photo somewhere of all of us.
I remember that.
So you're originally from Iowa, right? And how did you land in Chicago? That seems people coming from Iowa. I'm pretty sure that usually they're just baseball players because they're part of the Cubs farm system. But how did you make your way east to the city?
I was drafted by the Cubs. I'm just kidding. I
believe it.
I came for school, and I stayed because there's not a lot going on in Iowa.
It was Northwestern, right?
Yeah. Yep. I don't like to brag. I don't say the name unless you bring it up. So.
I mean, flex. I mean, you paid for it.
You did pay for it. That's a true story.
So shout out to Evanston. But yeah, what were you studying while you were there?
I studied social policy and philosophy.
Nice.
Yeah.
my inner child dares to ask, like, how do you apply that to real life?
It's social policy is a lot like public policy, like government, school, education policy. So
Sure,
that's kind of like everyday life and how it runs. And philosophy, I think, is just it teaches you how to think, how to make an argument, like how to make things internally logical.
sure.
No
Does that
one's really hiring philosophers. That's true, and they probably prefer you keep it to yourself, whatever philosophy you do have. But
does that help when you're doing the web series Enlighten? That like when you're listening to your subject, and does it kind of help develop or respond in a improvised way? Do you notice that it kind of helps filter some of the thoughts and questions when you're listening to someone speak?
I don't know if philosophy did it. Philosophy helps you decipher lots of old texts.
So that information does not apply to
I,
anything in media.
I wouldn't say so. It's a little bit more archaic. It's kind of like foundational.
Sure.
But I suppose if you're just into thinking and thought and like conversation, that is very philosophical. That's like some Plato.
Yeah.
Throw it all the way back to the beginning of philosophy. So in that way, I agree with that.
All right. Well, there you go. Let's give it credit where credit is due.
Yes,
Um,
that's true.
the so you're at school. Were you already working as like were you flirting with the idea of being an artist, or did you kind of find yourself in college as being an artist and musician and making
No,
music?
I did not rap in college. I did not rap in high school. I did not rap in Iowa. For everyone who's concerned that I might have been rapping in Iowa, I never did that. I never did that. I rapped. I always liked rap music. I really liked, like, not to be embarrassing, but when like 50 Cent and Eminem came out in Iowa, that was like not like anything I had ever heard, and I was really into that. Like Nelly, those old Nelly records, the one where he's like standing up with his like stomach showing.
Yeah, the Cut Your Grammar album.
Records on that album. Oh, I love those. And I was like, what is this? So I really liked it, but I never did it until I was in Chicago. I had like lost my job and I was like, I'm just going to start rapping. Like, let's just do this. So I was going to Sub T, I was going to Subterranean 606 open mic, Shadow Master, Annihilation.
Oh yeah, shout out to Shadow Master. He's fantastic.
He gave me my name. Ash Wednesday is because of him.
Mm. Well, I want to backtrack a moment. There's a fantastic John Oliver clip. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I think it was from this year, where he casually inserts whether or not Nelly is a I think like a classic MC or an elite rapper. That's what it is, an elite rapper.
Classic MC, right?
No, he said elite. And then he's like hell yeah, like Country Grammar, Batters Up, EI, and like something else. He's like on a debut. If you pull up the clip, it's phenomenal. I highly encourage you to do that. So, yeah,
That's a great record.
no, it's still very good.
I would take it any day.
If you can go diamond on your first go route, I mean, there's nothing awful about that at all. I mean, not many have done that. So shout out to Nelly. I'm not gonna doing Dancing with the Stars now, but hey, get in where you fit in, or get it how you live. Either or.
Yeah. All those videos make rapping look so cool too. They're all dancing, the cars, the outfits, the jerseys. Oh man, we didn't have that in Iowa.
What did Shadow Master like? What did he see that Ash Wednesday? If you Google Ash Wednesday, like unfortunately your name is not the first thing to pop up. It has nothing to do with religion.
Right. Rap Ash Wednesday if you want to find me.
There you
go. But he said so. The 606 open mic is on a Tuesday, and they start at midnight. Okay, so it's really Wednesday. So he said you gave us a freestyle blessing, like your Ash Wednesday. Yeah.
That's dope. It actually sounds like really cool too. So
there's a track of him telling the story of him giving me my name on Turn the World to Ash. The intro track is literally him. We brought him to the studio, and I was like, tell the story, and he just did his thing. It was great.
No, it's not even like a throwaway. Like isn't like something you were like, this is awful. Like, hey, I could actually work with this.
I took this. Yeah, it was good, and I've toyed with changing my name a couple times since then, and it's never really felt right. I think it's a good fit.
No, I
It's
think it's
easy to remember.
no, I think it's perfect. So you have the new two, you have the singles that you put out last month, Getting Dramatic and Solutions. The Getting Dramatic, obviously, it's a high energy kind of record. It really stands out as far as anything listening to right now in the current commercial space. So it definitely has its own identity, which I really enjoyed when I checked it out. But it's like you always seem to give a different view of your music. It's not just like your traditional boom bap hip hop or current trap or anything drill. It has like this different flexibility of sound that allows you to be flexible as an artist. I imagine that's intentional, the way you decide to choose which music you decide to put your vocals over.
I have just left it up to the producers in a lot of ways. Like the way you hear my sound change is has a lot to do with the people who are actually making the music part. Because I just do words. And if you ask anyone who makes the music with me, I don't care what it sounds like. If I can rap over it, they make it sound the best. So Solutions and Getting Dramatic were both produced by Please. That's how you get him on the internet.
The
Follow him
social. Yep.
on the social medias. He's awesome because he is heavily influenced by footwork and like juke music, which I think is what you're hearing in the Getting Dramatic, why it's so upbeat and has that kind of, it's a different sound. You recognize it, but it's not paired with my voice necessarily. So I
Mm,
like how it kind of, I didn't intentionally go out to set out to do that, but we
yeah.
made the song and it sounded cool. We were like, let's put it out.
I don't think that it's like I don't want to say the word clash, but it doesn't feel like that. But that there is a certain resistance, but it works. So
Yeah.
I'm not. It wasn't like something that felt forced. There's an enjoyable respect to the record. So I think that's impressive that they were able to take your lyrics and apply it and make it a great listening experience. So no, that's mission accomplished.
Yeah, he's amazing with my vocals in a way that I have not experienced with a producer because he takes like I'll spit 16 bars and he takes it and chops it and like puts it in different places and he has an ear for club music, so he's repeating phrases and like people like repetition. So I think that's why like these newer songs are a bit more catchier because of just the repetition. And I didn't necessarily do that. That was this guy.
Well, there
Follow
you go.
Sir DH and Please tracks. They're bringing out the club in my voice. And actually, Please had dropped one of my tracks at the Metro when they were having one of their like DJ nights there. And
Yeah.
it sounded so cool. I was like, I've never made anything that I think would sound cool in a club. Like this sounds sweet. I was running all over. It was amazing feeling.
You have a like the thing about you, like your presence is always evolved. Like if you even just like kind of Google some of your images, it's not like you just like have this standard look about you. Like even like the profile or the photo that you have like this great just black suit on. It's like there's and then if you visit like your website, like you deal with style a lot. So how do you make sure that style is like also a premise of the listening experience as well, or do you not give it that much thought?
I would say if I'm like wearing clothes, it's a success. I am like, it's not, I can't style myself. I need a stylist. If you know any, send me one my way. But most of the way I pick like what I wear or like how I'm presenting myself or like the look I'm going for, it's like functional and it like looks kind of cool. It looks okay. I'd say a lot of people would think I can't dress myself though.
I know I ate into a lot of time trying to get back into the fold of things. What is there gonna? Are you working on an album? Is that going to be coming out soon? Or are you working on something bigger, or is it you're comfortable kind of releasing singles at the moment?
There's a 2-track project with Saint Icky coming from Bad Luck Records.
Cool.
Also produced by.
These tracks. There you go.
I'm excited about that. We actually made 4 tracks, but I think we're just gonna put out 2. 2 is a nice round number. And then I'm bringing back the guys from Turn the World to Ash, my like kind of alt band that I started out with. We don't play live instruments anymore, but we put them on some electronic production. So I'm gonna have them bring me their first project as fully digital producers.
Oh, fantastic. So are you looking at working on it this year or maybe for a 2021 release?
Probably 2021. All the songs are done. I just have to like get it mixed, and I don't know. I think it's gonna be kind of clunky. So probably 2021.
All right. That sounds good. In the meantime, are your the web series that we're talking about at the top, Insight or Enlighten. I'm sorry, Enlighten. Yeah, you and Show You Suck. So, are you guys collaborating on that together?
It's my series, but he was my first guest, and then I was like, "You'd be a great host as well." So I brought him as my host for the second episode, which was
Yeah.
Chicago Star corporate. Okay, folks. I'm just saying. But no, that's a really fun show. We've only made 2 episodes, and I have a lot of people on a list that I would like to do. It's just the cinematographer moved to a different state, which is broke my heart. So I need to plug in some pieces to get some additional versions or some additional episodes made, because Enlighten, it's basically, for people who haven't seen it, it's basically a YouTube series where we chronicle like artists or entrepreneurs or people who have their own way of doing their life, and they have
Sure.
like to say about that. So yeah, the first episode was Show You Suck, obviously, and Corporate number 2.
No, they're fantastic. They're brief, but it's like they're filled with a lot of information. So it doesn't feel like you have to like commit a lot of time, obviously, because we live in the ADD space where too much of anything is bad.
3 minutes. That's a digital golden rule. I'm not trying to keep your attention too long. Like 3 minutes is long enough.
There you go. So,
30 minutes is funny,
So if you're watching the replay of this interview, you've lasted longer than we thought you would.
That's a true story right there. I like that these are chronicled though, so people can watch them back. That's a huge benefit.
All right, fantastic. Well, let us know if you want to come back and talk about the album when it comes out. We'd love to have you back, hopefully without any interruptions. So we apologize for the technical difficulties. So, but we do appreciate you joining us and letting us know that you're doing well and that you're still working and you got other stuff in the cooker. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm bringing you more. Thanks for having me, Gabe. Appreciate you.
That's what I love. Tell people where they can follow you on the socials and at the rapashwednesday.com, is it?
Rapashwednesday.com is my website. This is Twitter, Instagram. Follow these guys. I'm doing too many. Just follow me. That's really the only important thing. Yeah. And I have a YouTube channel. If you search for Ash Wednesday, if you search for Enlighten, if you want to watch it, it's INLIGHTN.
Nice.
So a little bit awkward spelling, but check it out.
All right, we will most certainly do that. Keep us posted. Hey, maybe I might be a guest and you just come interview me. That'd be cool.
I like it. Put it in the air.
Just shoot my shot.
I like it.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your evening and your weekend. Thank you again for checking in with us. Please stay in touch and let us know when you want to come back.
I will. Enjoy your weekend, Gabe.
Weekend at Gabe's. Plug. All right, that's Ash Wednesday joining us here at Weekend at Gabe's. That's going to be our time as well. If you missed any part of this interview, we will cut it and clip it together and put it up on YouTube. And you can find that on the socials at Weekend Gabe on YouTube. You can check out and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also, we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So we will put out the audio version of the interview that we did with Brittany Carter earlier in the hour and also with Ash Wednesday.